Hey guys, FlamingSuperPanda here. This tutorial will be about how to install Towny, the server mod for Bukkit servers. And I've gotten a couple requests for this mod because it's a little bit hard to install and configure because the configuration file is a little complex. So yeah, let's get into it. First thing you're gonna want to do is open your browser and go to the Towny page on the Bukkit forums. There will be a link to this and all the other things you're going to need to go to in the description. But yeah, from this page you're going to want to download, of course, the release version of Towny. When you click on this, it'll bring you to this website. Make sure you download Towny Advanced Release because that includes Questioner and Towny Chat rather than downloading them separately. So once you have those downloaded, you're also going to want to download Essentials, and this isn't necessary, but it adds to the Towny mod, and also Economy 6. The links to these pages where you can download them are in the description as well. And one last thing you need for Economy 6 is this register.jar. Make sure you have all that downloaded. After you download it, 2 of the files will need to be unzipped, and you can just unzip them into a new folder. And these are the 2 that need to be unzipped, Towny Advanced and Essentials. So what you're going to need to do is open your server file where your server is saved. Make sure it's not running, and drag all of these into the plugins folder. The things that are in folders that you unzipped, make sure you take them out of the folders before you drag them in. And once that's done, you can go ahead and close your server folder, and you're going to want to start your server. So run the server, and this will load all of the mods, and it'll set up what they need. Alright, so now that that's finished, you can go ahead and stop your server. And now, this is the challenging part. You're going to want to go into the plugins folder, find Towny, settings, and you're going to want to open the config.yml file. Now, this is the configuration file. It's very large and can be a bit confusing, so I'm going to walk you guys through it. You can ignore the permission nodes unless you have a permissions mod installed, and then if you do and you need help with that, let me know and I could make another tutorial if it need be. So first things you're going to want to do is right here, town creation admin only and town creation and nation creation admin only. You're going to want to change these to true so that anyone can make a town or a nation. Or if you don't want anyone to, only admins, then you don't have to. You can keep it false. So these right here are all the levels of towns and nations, the names of who owns them and all that stuff. So this is ruins, and it's the leader there is a spirit, settlement, the leader is a hermit, hamlet, the leader is a chief, and so on and so forth. For these, you don't need to change anything unless you really want to. These just say the size of the towns and the names of the rulers if you want to change them. So you can go ahead and skip through that. The next part is the town claim and new defaults section. And in here you can change the town block size and the number of towns you can build on your server, and the maximum number of plots each resident can own. You can go ahead and leave these as default if you want to, and the town block size is here. It says here 16 is the minimum block size, and it goes up to 128, as you can see here. And that means that the town will extend from the bedrock all the way to the clouds. So you can leave it at 16. I'm going to go ahead and change it to 32 just because. The next part is the default new world settings. They're only used when you start up the game. And once you're in the game, you can change them with this command. And on the Towny website, there's a list of commands you can do if you need those. I'm not going to go over all of those commands, the in-game commands. So all of these settings you can pretty much leave alone. They say disable players trampling crops, true. Creatures trampling crops, true. Worlds monster spawning, if you don't want them to, you can change this to false. And all of this is extra. If you want it to be, you can change it to true. The next part is world management settings to deal with unclaiming plots and plot management. These items will be deleted upon a plot being unclaimed. So once you unclaim a plot, it'll pretty much get rid of the city, and these are the main building things, so all these will be deleted. And you can change these if you wish to, but you don't really need to. It's not necessary. So now moving on to global town settings. You don't need to change any of this. Plugin interfacing is the most important. So what you're going to want to do, daily backups, leave it as true so it backs up your server. And right here. So if you downloaded the Essentials mod, you're going to want to change this to true so that the server knows that you need to use it. Keep scrolling down. If you're using economy, you set this to true. Make sure that's at true. If you have questioner, all this needs to be true, and it's already defaultly set at that. If you're using permissions, you need to keep this at true. I don't have any permissions here, so I don't have any permission mods, so I'm going to keep it at false. And these you can leave however you want them. It's pretty much just personal preference. So all these filters and color chats, that is also personal preference if you want your chat to be different colors and all of that fun stuff. And that is pretty much all for the configuration settings. I'll post a link to an example of these that Towny has produced in case you want to mess around with the rest of these. But you can pretty much leave all these at the defaults unless you want to. So once you're done configuring, you click File, Save, so that the configuration is saved. And then I'm going to run my server to see if it works. If it doesn't give me any messages that it's not working, alright. So that's how you install Towny, the mod for Bukkit, on servers. If you have any questions, leave a comment or send me a message. And I should be making a video soon that shows off the mod and how to use it in-game. But for now, thanks for watching, guys.